good voice as Mr. Hooper prepares to blow his whistle to get us underway at Villa Park. And you're listening to Match Night on BBC Radio Nottingham. And Forest have the ball with Lewis Grabban down the right-hand side. Halfway inside the Villa half, stops and rolls it infield to Colback, who finds Carvalho. Carvalho wriggles away from one challenge, but then there's a little foot in from Grealish, who gets the ball back again and approaches halfway left of the centre circle. Plays it outside left, looking for the early run of Jonathan Kodjia. He can't take it in his stride, and it goes out of play for a throw to Forest. The Villa subs: Mark Bunn, the goalkeeper, Ahmed El Mohammadi, Glenn Whelan, Scott Hogan, Anwar El Ghazi, the Dutchman, and then two young players, Callum O'Hare and Jake Doyle-Hayes. Ball is thrown down the line by Forest, but Grabban loses out. And a clever flick from Abraham, who's gone for the return ball after a disguised pass from Yannick Bolasie, but it was cut out by the Reds. And then Bolasie gets the challenge in on Cash, and the ball goes out for a throw to Forest. First minute of the game, and there's no early goals. Played forward towards Grabban, and then Colback bundles into Grealish in midfield, and it'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. Early thoughts, Steve Hodge?
Good tempo, very fast tempo. Villa moving the ball quickly on the front foot, zinging it into the Tammy Abraham a minute ago, but there's no playing it along the back foot. If they can get the ball forward early, they do. One little thing from Forest, obviously Cash playing left wing today at the start, and on the right hand side Joe Lolly.
Yeah, it was something that happened for a large part at Hull at the weekend, as the ball is whipped into the Forest penalty area, back post, and it's missed by first Tendai Darikwa, and then more importantly from a Forest perspective by Jonathan Kodjia. Ball was really whipped in dangerously by McGinn from the far side, and Kodjia was close to it, back post, but couldn't make any contact, and it ended up going behind for a goal kick, which is taken by Pantilimon, and it's taken short, and Dawson has played it before the ball goes out of the penalty area, so he'll have to do it again.
Yeah, danger there certainly. McGinn getting forward on the right hand side onto his left foot, swung a beautiful ball in, beat Dawson, went to the back post, and the Weaker was just there, just put Kodjia off enough, and the ball skimmed past both the players on the back stick, out of play. But fast start again by Villa. McGinn getting forward and showing that lovely left foot that he has got, and it's just not a worrying first 2-3 minutes, but you can just see the home team are on the front foot from the off.
Header one in midfield by Jakob, and now Forest break forward with Carvalho. Carvalho has taken one on towards the edge of the penalty area, finds Lolly. Lolly drives it in, Grabban tucks it in. What a start from Forest. That's a really sweet move. Right through the Aston Villa half, all along the ground. Carvalho played it out to Joe Lolly, and Lolly's low driven ball is touched in by Lewis Grabban. And Grabban, the former Aston Villa loanee from last season, benefits from the Aston Villa fans' low cross, and Forest have a very early lead at Villa Park. 3 minutes in, and it's 1-0 to the Reds.
Well, we did say before the game that they are vulnerable at the back. You can't catch them, and they made a flying start for the first 2 minutes of the game, and the ball just broke in their half. Carvalho got on it, went past James Chester, went towards the D, looked to his right, and there was Joe Lolly. A little stride ball pass there from Carvalho into Lolly, and with his right foot, Lolly across the face of the 6-yard box. No one anywhere near Grabban, and he put it away with aplomb. 6 yards out, kept it low under the keeper's body, and the lovely little counter attack there, and the perfect start to the tricky away fixture, Aston Villa away, but a great start for Forest.
And that's got the Forest fans singing on the far side of Villa Park. They're making all the noise here. And that's a really good move. And three of the real informed players all involved.
It was a break. The ball just broke for Carvalho. He drove into the little space, found Lolly. First time cross with his right foot, and Grabban 6 yards out. Wasn't going to miss that.
Just do it right, don't they? That's the thing. And that's the maybe the different. Well, it's one of the differences. There are plenty of differences between this Forest and the Forest we've been watching over recent years, but one of them is that little bit of quality. Carvalho's got it, Lolly's got it, Grabban's got it, and he's now got 12 goals for the season. Lolly has a run at Taylor again. Taylor gets the challenge in, but it breaks for Grabban, who controls middle of the Villa half. He's surrounded though by claret shirts. In the end, he bundles into one of them, who's Conor Hurahan. He's brought down, and it'll be a free kick to Aston Villa. So 1-0 to Forest. Early stages at Villa Park on Match Night from BBC Radio Nottingham. Here's Twanzebe, the man on loan from Manchester United. 21-year-old centre-half, laid down the right-hand side, but overhit for Yannick Bolasie, who is another one on loan here from Everton. And the ball goes out for a goal kick, which Pantilimon takes short for Figueiredo. Chipped out to the left-hand side for Robinson, approaches halfway and turns it back again for Jakob. Jakob drills it across to the far side, evading Grealish, and now here's Lolly again. He's cut inside away from Taylor and rolls it infield towards Carvalho, pokes it in! It's 2-0 to Forest. Shot from the edge of the penalty area in the end is poked home after another great run from Joe Lolly. And Forest find themselves in a terrific position with 6 minutes gone. Great play from Lolly after an excellent ball in the first place from Jakob, which picked out Lolly down the right-hand side. He's drilled it infield away from Taylor, and in the end, João Carvalho almost toe pokes it home from just inside the penalty area, and it's 2-0 to Forest inside 6 minutes.
It's just a brilliant move from the left-back area. Jack Robinson had the ball, put the ball back to Figueiredo, and he just pinged it into Jakob, probably halfway in his own half. He turned and, like you said, put a beautiful right diagonal ball low and hard to Lolly on the right wing. He drove at the fullback, got right to the edge of the box. A little flick pass to Carvalho. Nobody ahead of him. He's in the D area. Nobody ahead of him. He drove in, a little toe poke, and the ball rolled past the Norwegian keeper for Villa, back of the net. 2-0. What a start.
Well, it's perfect for Forest, but here come Aston Villa again down the right-hand side. Robinson is done by Bolasie, who hits the byline, pulls over the cross. Villa fans want a penalty, and in the end, a free kick is given against Bolasie for the challenge on Figueiredo, after it was first felt by the Villa fans, certainly, that Bolasie was fouled by Robinson. And listen to the Forest fans on the far side of Villa Park.
They must be in dreamland.
Yeah, just a bit.
Well, I mean, 6 minutes gone, 2-0 up, and they've both been quality goals, passing moves as well. Lovely finishes at the end of it. The main men involved, Lolly and Carvalho. Graven's had a superb start, apart from the goal, holding the ball really well. Lovely touch. And they're looking fine, Fettel. And we said before the game that you can get at Villa. They aren't great at the back. Proven it twice in 7 minutes.
Another free kick to Aston Villa, which is rolled short, and here's Grealish in the middle of the Forest half, looking left-hand side for Neil Taylor. Taylor with the cross towards the back post, up gets Figueiredo, heads it away. Deriqua then controls on his chest and has to turn away from Kodja. He gets out of the penalty area, Kodja sticks at it, and in the end, Deriqua just has to go safety first and play it out into touch. 8 minutes gone. If you are just joining us on Match Night from BBC Radio Nottingham, Forest lead Aston Villa by 2-0. Graben and Carvalho inside the opening 6 minutes. Here's Kodja. Corner of the penalty area, goes backwards for Hourihane, and he gives it to Hutton. Hutton closed down by Cash, but cuts infield away from Cash, and now gives it to Taylor midway inside the Forest half. Now left wing for Grealish. Grealish onto his right foot, curls over the cross, bounces back for Grealish again down the left-hand side. Hits the byline this time, left foot cross, blocked by Deriqua, and Aston Villa have a corner kick.
Yeah, it's good defending from Deriqua there, faced up against Grealish. Tried to twist him and turn him twice, but both times he watched the ball, got tight on Grealish and cut the ball out for a corner down below us with Grealish again.
Grealish to take the corner. In low to the near post and beaten away by Lewis Graben. Carvalho goes chasing after it and gets bundled into by Hourihane, and that'll be a free kick.
And look at his manager down below, look, Dean Smith going mad at Hourihane there for a stupid free kick. And it was good play from Carvalho. He just raced towards, get the ball, just got there first, waited for a little nudge from behind. And panicking Hourihane, got the free kick, and everything dies away now. And Forest had the ball again with Jakob, nice and calm. And he's had a superb start. I mean, they've all had a superb start to the game. I bet they can't believe the 2 up.
Quality of the passing for the goals, worth saying again. I mean, from the second one from inside their own half, the first one from just inside the Villa half. And on neither occasion did the ball leave the floor. No,
second one was fantastic. From left back area, 3 or 4 passes and the score.
Yeah. Here's Grealish to Kodja, halfway inside the Forest half. Near side to us, the Villa left. As they play from right to left, defending the Holt end in the first half. Now McGinn out to the right-hand side for Balassi to cross, and the header is in. It's Tammy Abraham, and Aston Villa have a goal back. Balassi's cross, and Abraham rose highest, 6'3", and headed home a 7th goal of the season for the man on loan from Chelsea. We thought it might be wide open, we thought there might be goals. It's 2-1 to Forest inside 10 minutes.
Crazy, it's going to be a crazy game this one, Colin. So McGinn there on the right side again, give the ball to Balassi, and Robinson didn't get close enough to Balassi really from the start, and Balassi got his head up, put the ball into a good area, and you thought looking for Dawson Figueiredo to get there. They didn't. Tammy Abraham did. Good header, bottom corner, no chance for the keeper. And it's back in the melting pot again, and here they go again, Villa. It's just a helter-skelter game for the first 15 minutes.
Grealish taking on Colback and turning it left-hand side for Taylor. Halfway inside the Forest half.
He should be careful. It's a yellow card. Got to be careful.
Yeah, it's a hack at Jack Grealish for Colback. It's going to be another free kick. Grealish stays down, clutching his right calf or ankle. And there's a stern word for Colback from referee Simon Hooper, but I think that's all it's going to be, as a stern word. Grealish isn't going to need treatment. He's picked up to his feet by Hourihan. And looks none too happy, I think, that Colback wasn't given a yellow card.
This game's got no control to it whatsoever. You know, like you get some boring starts and everyone's cagey?
Yeah.
This is just will attack, you'll attack.
All out attack from both sides. Could finish 8-all. 2-1, and we're in the 12th minute. I should say 1-2. Forest are leading. Hourihan though with a free kick from wide on the left-hand side. Left-footed, swings it into the penalty area, headed away this time by Dawson. It was more good delivery, good quality into the box. Grealish now finding McGinn. McGinn loses control of it. Carvalho lays it out to Duriqua at right back, and Duriqua chips one down the right-hand side. He's looking for Joe Lolly, but it curls out of play.
Look at the throw-in, immediately taking the throw-in. 14 minutes in.
And already Villa have the ball back inside the Forest half, and on the far side, they're right. Hutton gets it back from Balassi, and now switches it back out to the left-hand side for Taylor. He looks for Kodja. Kodja turns it back for Neil Taylor once more, the Welshman. And he goes back for James Chester. Chester now for Grealish. Halfway inside the Forest half. Grealish has played it in for Kodja, in behind Duriqua, and Kodja into the penalty area, and his shot is blocked by Dawson. And it's cleared away only as far as Grealish, 25 yards out. Grealish on his right foot rolls it across to Alan Hutton. After his goal at the weekend, the Villa fans urging him to shoot, but he's played it wide to the right-hand side for Balassi. Steps over it again, trying to trick his way past Robinson. Low ball in near post and blocked by Jakob, and out for a corner.
Yeah, that was dangerous there. Great ball from Grealish inside Duriqua. Kodja got in there and went across the face of the 6-yard box. Got his shot away, balls blocked. Grealish got the rebound, went out to the right side, and Balassi there. Did Robinson got the ball near post, and Jakob cut it out, but big pressure from Villa.
Hourihan to take the corner from the far side. Villa's right, left-footed, in-swinging corner, and headed away again by Dawson. Comes out for the volley, driven in through a crowd of bodies. Pantilimon saves, and it's bundled home. Pantilimon saved the first one. The second one was cleared off the line by Graben, but it fell straight to Tammy Abraham, who scored again. He's injured himself in the process, but Abraham has levelled things up. It's 2-2 after 14 minutes at Villa Park. Forest never quite dealt with it as the ball was played into the penalty area again. And Tammy Abraham has scored twice in 4 minutes to turn things around for Aston Villa. 2-2 at Villa Park.
Wow. Crazy 15 minutes. Won the first header, Dawson there does the right thing, heads it, but actually bounces around the D area. McGinn, to be fair to him, kept his left foot volley low, went in front of Pantilimon, he just kept the ball out best he could. It bobbled around, and then he went towards the line. Duriqua was there, he tried to clear the ball off the line, which he did, to be fair to him, but he cleared it right into Tammy Abraham's midriff, I think it was, hit his midriff and bounced into the back of the net. And another one. 4 goals in 15 minutes. Incredible start.
McGinn wins the ball again for Aston Villa off Robinson, and Robinson gets the challenge in to turn it out for a throw. Well, you wonder if now it's got back to 2-2, whether things are going to calm down or whether it's going to continue at the same sort of pace as the match has started. Basically, every time either side has gone forward, they've scored a goal so far. Forest's previously excellent record in terms of goals conceded away from home has kind of gone for a Burton, but they were in the fortunate position really of finding themselves 2-0 up before they started conceding those goals.
Yeah, I mean, Forest have got experience in there now with Colback and Jakob and Dawson and the keeper, so that they know how to deal with the situation. But at the moment, the Villa front players are looking in really hot form. That's the problem they're having. But on the break, here go Forest again.
It's Carvalho, and he's running at Conor Hourihane, and he's beaten Hourihane and now turns it right-hand side. Duriqua lets it run for Lolly, and Lolly turns it back for Duriqua. Gives it back again to Joe Lolly, and back it goes for Duriqua once more. And it's probably about the first time in the game that either side has got across the halfway line and then has had to stop and go back again, because previously both sides have just attacked. And here's Colback again, picking it up in the middle of the Aston Villa half, and he finds Carvalho, gives it to Cash on the corner of the penalty area. Cash lines up a shot, that's blocked by Hutton, and it's picked up by Duriqua. Home fans are mad that Duriqua had so much time to get the ball under control, albeit near halfway. Here he is again, trying to link up with Lolly, but his return ball from Lolly is overhit a bit. And now here's Grealish trying to ping one forward for Tammy Abraham. He's okay, having got a knot in bundling in that second goal. An element of fortune about Villa's second goal, to be fair, but you have to give them a bit of credit for the way they've recovered so quickly from going 2 down in 6 minutes.
Yeah, and they earned the corner on the far side. Blassie beat Robinson with a cross and got the corner. But to fair to Dawson, he won the header really well. But normally, kind of nowadays, you have somebody ringing that D area. Nobody was there with McGinn. Clear volley. That caused a problem, the volley.
Chester sends it back to Nyland, the Norwegian goalkeeper, away to our right-hand side, all in green. 2-2 the score, 17 minutes played. We said wide open, we predicted goals. I don't think any of us thought we'd get 4 of them in the first 14 minutes. Lewis Graben on 3, João Carvalho on 6, Tammy Abraham on 10, Tammy Abraham again on 14. Villa have it, 10 yards inside their own half, far side of the field with Twanzebe. And now Hutton over the top towards Balassi. And Balassi, too sure what he was trying. He seemed to volley it in the direction of Figueiredo. And it just went off his toe and out for a goal kick to Forest. Pantilimon takes and gives it short to Michael Dawson. It's match night from BBC Radio Nottingham on the home of live Nottinghamshire sport. It's Dawson spraying out a long ball diagonally, aimed it at Cash. Hutton headed it away from him. And now Twanzebe with a long ball himself, aimed at Abraham, who gets his head to it. Just over the top of Dawson went that ball, but Dawson got on the end of the second ball after Abraham's header. And now here's Jakob.
Yeah, it's definitely a period now of calm, just to kill everything as Forest were in the ascendancy. They've been rocked on the heels now. Just a period of calmness, please, will do.
Here's Cash, though. Nothing much calm about this run. Great run from Cash, then tries to slot in Lewis Graben inside left channel, and Graben is brought down, and the referee has got his notebook out for a booking for Yannick Balassi. Villa fans might feel a little bit aggrieved that Colback didn't get one earlier on for his foul on Grealish, but certainly that one looked a yellow card challenge. It's good play again, this time from Cash driving forward. Yeah,
I mean, all the midfield players at times have just broke forward. You're looking to think, well, where's the Villa midfield? And they're nowhere to be seen. As oceans to just drive into, as we saw in the first 2 goals. And there again, Matty Cash on the left wing, cut inside, saw 15 yards ahead of him, went for it, good little pass to Graben, and he was definitely caught a bit from behind by Yannick Balassi. Well, that definitely was a yellow card.
The free kick is about 25 yards out, maybe a little bit more than that, but it's fairly wide leftish, sort of inside left channel. Couple of man walls stood on the edge of the penalty area for Aston Villa. It's Joe Lolly who's going to take it from the left-hand side, left-footed, high towards the back post. Hutton gets up and heads away from Dawson, who was the target. It's come out for Duriqua right side. Duriqua has a run against Kodja. Kodja dives in, wins the ball, but at the expense of a corner.
Yeah, but keep doing that. He's done well there, Kodja. We've got to keep doing that, Duriqua. At some point he will switch off Kodja. Down below us now is Joe Lolly, in swinger on the right side.
Left-footed corner for Lolly to take in front of the Holt end. Away to our right-hand side. In goes the corner, whipped in towards the back post and actually overhit in the end, and goes beyond Lewis Grabenbach's stick and out for a goal kick, and it remains 2-2 after 20 minutes. We've gone 6 minutes without a goal.
Well, I mean,
it's the longest time in the game.
It's so rare to see Forest back four get breached so quickly, twice like that. Obviously, they've been brilliant lately, but the incessant pressure there and winning a couple of headers, and then the volley from McGinn. It just, every now and again, you get a game like this where everything flies in the back of the net.
Well, I mentioned quality from Forest earlier, but Villa had quality with the balls into the Forest box. Here's Lolly having another run and rolls it in towards Cash on the edge of the penalty area. Cash bursts it too, and Cash puts it in. Got right in between two defenders, did Matty Cash. Again, Lolly is the instigator. He's picked it up from halfway, he's driven inside, rolls it into the path of Cash, who times his run to perfection in between two and lofts it into the net from around about the penalty spot. Forest are back in front after 21 minutes. It's 3-2 to the Reds at Villa Park.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And Joe Lolly, to be fair, he's down below us again. He's drove inside, and there's an absolute ocean of grass to go into. There's no Conor Hourihane, there's no John McGinn, attack-minded players, nowhere to be seen. And he just slid the ball into Cash, who come from the left-hand side. Alan Hutton's too wide, not seen the danger quickly enough, and Cash just drives on and on and on, and then he's facing the keeper, 1 against 1. Hutton's trying to put him off a little bit. Then a little scoop over the keeper, good composure there from Cash, just lifts the ball over the keeper, and off he goes towards the corner of the Holt end and takes the acclaim. And another, from Villa's point of view, another really easy goal, just strolled through the midfield, but another class finish and another good passing move, and back in front again. A mad 20 minutes.
Matty Cash, his 5th goal of the season, adding to Lewis Graben and João Carvalho on the night. All three created by Joe Lolly.
And all three had a 1v1 with the keeper.
Yeah,
all three.
James Chester getting a difficult ball under control just inside his own half. What are we going to see now from Aston Villa? Last time they went behind, they came roaring back at Forest. It's 3-2, and we've just gone over the halfway mark in the first half. Colback is beaten by a ball here which has found Grealish. Now Kodja cutting infield away from Duriqua and smashes a ball through the 6-yard box at an angle. I think he was going for goal rather than crossing, and it goes well wide and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, another good response though. And Kodja got in behind Duriqua again. It was a beautiful ball from Chester, was pinged into to Jack Grealish. He just took Colback, who nibbled at the pass, out the equation. And he got turned, he fed Kodja, he cut inside and he just smashed it. I think probably, like you say, Colin, on target at the goal. They caught it all wrong and it went across the face of the 6-yard box at real pace and out of play.
Aston Villa 2, Forest 3. Lolly helps the ball on towards Graben. Oh, he's offside, Graben. The flag goes up. One of those really late flags. It took forever to go up because he was waiting to see whether Graben was going to actually get involved in the play. As Graben sprinted towards James Chester, I think there was little doubt he was going to get involved in the play.
I've got to say, if obviously Villa have been garbage at the back in the first, 25 minutes of the game, but who's their defensive coach? Oh, John Terry, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I can't believe it.
Kodja. Good tackle by Lolly from inside his own half. Then Taylor is stronger in the tackle than Carvalho. McGinn and Cash waiting for the ball to drop down in midfield. Then it's lofted forward by Hutton, and that's going to go too long and out for a goal kick.
Can you imagine him down there?
I think he might be a little bit embarrassed by what he's seen in the opening 20 minutes. The Nottingham Panthers in action tonight in the Elite League at the National Ice Centre. They're playing against Milton Keynes Lightning and they lead 1-0. Luke Pither had got the goal. That one faced off at 7:30. Not too often you get more goals in the football than the ice hockey, but this one is 3-2 inside 25 minutes. Forest lead it, and here's Doriqua down the right-hand side. Good ball, but Carvalho, I don't think expected it. I think he thought it might curl out of play, Carvalho. And therefore he was a bit surprised when it whizzed by him, having curled in inside the touchline. And Villa have it again inside their own half. This is Grealish dropping very deep, as he tends to do, despite nominally playing in the number 10 role. He's just lifted it to his left for Taylor, halfway inside the Forest half. Grealish again infield towards Kodjia, but Kodjia misplaces his pass. Here's Lolly deep inside his own half, turning away from Taylor, who then gets a little bit of help from Kodjia and manages to get the ball back off Joe Lolly. Chester on halfway. And then Colback with a challenge on Kodjia, and the ball goes out for a throw.
Just see Kodjia there, doesn't know what to do on the left wing, where to go, drop his shoulder, he's a little bit lost out there.
3-2, Forest leading. Neil Taylor with the ball in his arms to take a throw. Lolly cuts out that throw, and now Carvalho gives it to Graben. Graben, who turned quickly and rolls it across halfway now for Robinson, and now here's Figueiredo swapping passes with Jakob, and Figueiredo gives it back to Dawson. Now Figueiredo once more. Tried the long diagonal for Joe Lolly, and Villa allow it to bounce in between two defenders, and this time they get away with it as Taylor sends it back to Nyland, the goalkeeper. Rolled out to Twanzebe. Up to halfway, Twanzebe.
He's a centre half now, just conceded 3 goals.
Yeah.
Trying to get forward again. Yeah. And on the break, they might get caught again. They're just a kamikaze team, they really are. They're just crazy to play against. They're causing themselves so many problems.
Well, especially when you've got players playing against you in the form that Forest are in, with Lolly and Graben and Carvalho.
On the break, quick players. They're loving the space they're being given and using it really well.
Conor Hourihane to the right-hand side for Alan Hutton. Forest leading 3-2 at Villa Park. We've now played 27 minutes. So that's 6 minutes without a goal, which is about as long as it ever goes. And here's Hutton again on halfway, switching play out to the left-hand side. Kodjia gets up and nods it infield. And Grealish, 10 yards into the Forest half, stopped by Colback, has to go square for Hutton. He's well out of position again, right back, rampaging forward to get involved in the attack, and actually gets it now from Balassi and crosses a bit too deep for almost everybody, but across to the left wing goes Kodjia to keep it in play. Rolls it back towards the corner of the penalty area for Taylor. Little ball infield towards Grealish. Grealish jinking one way then the other, gives it back to Kodjia. Kodjia with a low ball in, and it's blocked at the near post by Doriqua, and goes out for a throw for Villa.
Good defending then on that near post. At least the white shirt got there first. That was the important thing.
Grealish rolls it infield to Hourihane. Hourihane to the right-hand side now for Balassi. Balassi having a run at Jack Robinson. Corner of the penalty area, right side. Now fires over the cross. Up goes Dawson, gets his head to it, goes backwards. That looked like handball against Kodjia. Not given. Taylor with the cross. Up gets Jakob this time and heads away. And then Doriqua gets to the second ball and it heads it forward towards Graben, who can't keep hold of it. Twanzebe takes it off him. Taylor down the line. Good tackle by Colback to win it off Grealish. Now here's Doriqua. Just sidesteps his way away from Kodjia, and Lolly finds Graben, still facing his own goal. Graben, 25 yards out. But
great
Dawson
pass.
finds a lovely little chip ball to Jakob, and Jakob keeps it moving left side towards Cash, who's over halfway, and now Robinson is on the overlap down the left-hand side. Robinson, level with the edge of the penalty area, fires over the cross, Hutton blocks it, Forest have got a corner from the edge of their own penalty area.
Jack Colback got a foot in on Jack Grealish there, and within 3 or 4 passes, beautiful pass from Michael Dawson to pick out Jakob in the centre circle. Bit of class there from the Forest captain. Ball went wide left, and then on the overlap was Jack Robinson, forces Hutton back and gets the corner. And on the far side, Joe Lolly. Is Joe Lolly wandering across, I think, to the corner with his left foot. Another breakaway, another kind of counter-attack, swift one from Forest. Full-backs getting forward, and Villa conceding again another corner.
3-2 Forest lead. We're approaching the half-hour mark at Villa Park on BBC Radio Nottingham. And Joe Lolly to take the corner from the left-hand side, left-footed, out-swinging, headed away by Abraham. Figueiredo was close to it, and then Jakob wins it back. Jakob is 25 yards out, and he's dragged his shot wide with his right foot, never on target. But again, he had plenty of space, having won the ball off Yannick Bolasie, I think it was, who was sort of daydreaming really as Jakob stepped in front of him. And the Argentinian unable to find the finish this time. 3-2, Forest lead. Foot in from Deriqua. Villa have a throw 10 yards inside the Forest half. Forest, of course, in action next on Saturday, home to Ipswich. Ipswich and Preston visiting the City Ground on consecutive Saturdays. Match day with you from 1:30 on Saturday for Forest against Ipswich. Before that, plenty of football talk in the Friday night preview show, The Terrace, from 6 o'clock on Friday here on BBC Radio Nottingham. Keep an eye out tomorrow on our social media channels, at BBC RNS on Twitter and on Facebook with BBC Nottingham Sport. Tomorrow is the 40th anniversary of the day Viv Anderson became the first black player to play for England. And you can hear some memories from Viv tomorrow on our social media channels. Long cross from Aston Villa here from McGinn has gone all the way out of play for a Forest throw deep inside their own half, which Tendai Deriqua is going to take. 14 minutes to go until half-time. First time in the game, Forest just slowing things down a little from this throw. Deriqua down the line. Grealish wins the header, but it's infield towards Carvalho, who hooks it over his shoulder. It's going to be picked up by Tuanzebe. And he turns it to his right for Hutton, 10 yards inside the Forest half. He's away from Matty Cash, running into the Forest half again. Lolly with the challenge on the edge of the penalty area, and that frees it up for Carvalho. Carvalho's touch again, though, has been collected by a man in a claret shirt. This time it's James Chester, and now Bolasie down the right-hand side, midway inside the Forest half, attacking against Robinson again. Robinson doesn't know whether he's going to go one way or the other. The cross is blocked by Robinson. They're appealing for handball, the crowd rather than the players, and there was nothing doing. Cash turns nicely away from the challenge of Hutton, then gets away from the lunging challenge of Bolasie. Bolasie, just as well he didn't catch Cash, he might have been sent off, and that's a good ball from Cash to Carvalho. Left wing Carvalho, and eventually he runs into Tuanzebe, who runs it away and then gives it away to Carvalho again, but the referee has said that Carvalho fouled Tuanzebe to win the ball back again, and it's a free kick to Aston Villa. Yannick Bolasie's a lucky boy that he missed his man.
He's got the ball now, though.
He's already been booked. And had he caught, I don't remember now if it was Cash or Carvalho streaking away down the left-hand side, but if he'd caught him, that would have been a second yellow card.
Yeah, it was great play from Matty Cash in the first place. Rode two challenges and drove away, and then a lovely pass to the left wing, and like I say, Bolasie chasing back. A great touch there from Lolly. Lucky.
Lovely touch. I'm not sure Deriqua was quite expecting him to get there, so I don't think Deriqua wanted to gamble too far forward in case they'd have been picked off on the break, but Lolly did get there. Colback is right at the heels of Jack Grealish again, and Grealish doesn't like it very much.
No, what's he complaining about?
Did nothing, did he?
Absolutely. He's tight. That's what you want him to be tight.
Yeah.
Would you let Jack Grealish turn and face you up?
Yeah.
And take the mickey out of you? No.
I'll tell you what, Jack, we'll give you loads of space, shall we?
Like he's got now.
Yeah, yeah. He's done it this time, and this is what he does. He runs at you. And gets it back again from Tammy Abraham, scorer of 2 goals already for Aston Villa, and he's found a good ball to Bolasie down the right-hand side. Bolasie with a cross, that's overhit, and that'll go away for a goal kick. And it remains 3-2 to Forest, and there are 12 minutes to go until half-time.
And that's Bolasie for you all over there, really. Really good, and then really awful. He had a good start to the game. He's involved in the corner for the second goal, and a couple of good crosses, and then a couple of really, really poor ones with no pressure really on him. And he's just someone who must infuriate a manager, but on his day, he can be an absolute will beater.
And Dawson sends the ball back to Pantilimon, who clears. First time into Villa territory. Tuanzebe gets the ball under control. Eventually, he's under pressure though from Graben, and Alan Hutton helps him out. Gives it to Chester, and now here's Hurahan. Conor Hurahan. The ball in field towards Grealish. He's dropped deep to find space again, and runs at Forest and turns it right-hand side. Alan Hutton well forward again from right back. Rolled in field towards Bolasie. Bolasie is 20 yards out. Running again at Robinson. Robinson's fouled him, and that is a penalty. Robinson it just looked an awkward challenge. It looked a clumsy challenge. It looked as if Robinson had bought the dummy basically from Bolasie. Bolasie then took one touch to get away from his man, and Robinson brought him down, and it's a penalty to Aston Villa, and it's a chance for a first half hat-trick for Tammy Abraham. It's a chance for Villa to level things again at 3-3 And we're in the 35th minute of the action. I don't think there can be too many complaints. Indeed, there aren't too many complaints from anybody in a Forest shirt. Not from Jack Robinson or anybody. I think Balassi just did him. Abraham from the penalty spot. Right-footed. Pantilimon bounces up and down on his goal line. Tammy Abraham sends it low into the net. Pantilimon dived the wrong way. And it's 3-3. And Tammy Abraham's got a hat-trick. There is 7th, 8th and 9th goals of the season. Forest were 2-0 up. Villa came back to 2-2. Forest went 3-2 up. Villa have come back to 3-3. And we've still got 10 minutes of the first half to play.
Yeah, it was a penalty. No debate at all about it. Mentioned Balassi a minute before, that was awful. Faced up there 1v1 against Robinson, took him on, got in the box, a little bit of strength. And Robinson went to ground, took a chance, went to ground, didn't get the ball, looked at a clumsy challenge. And Balassi was caught, went down as he has to do. He's been caught, no debates at all. Definite penalty. And here we go again. Let's start all over again, shall we?
Yeah. 3 apiece. Oh, great control from Carvalho to chest it down to Lolly. A driven ball it was from Dawson. Now Colback for Cash. Gives it back to Colback and he finds Jakob. Left hand side, far side of the field. Forest in their white shirts. Now back to as you were once again. 3-3. Here's Lolly. Nips away from one challenge and a second one and a third one away from McGinn. His left-hand side of the field now, and he tried to roll it into Robinson's path, and then Kodja won it, and then he's tackled by Jakob, who gives it Robinson, who crosses aimed at Graben, and Graben brings it down somehow out of the air when it looked like it was too high for him, but he couldn't keep it in play, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Wow, Lolly again.
More madness.
Lolly was waltzed by 3 people. Not a defensive bone in that midfield for Villa at all. Hourihane, McGinn, Grealish all get forward whenever they can do. Not a thought of that defending at all, or even don't really want to do that really. And the Forest front 3 are having an absolute, well, the front 5 are having an absolute field day today. Unfortunately, at the other end, so is Tammy Abraham.
3-3 at Villa Park. Here's Hourihane, who of all of those midfielders that Steve Hodge just mentioned is the deepest. I don't know if he's been given the role of looking after João Carvalho. If he has, he's not doing it very well.
He doesn't like it, no.
Here's Abraham chesting the ball down again, shouldering the ball down really, running into a right wing position, battling with Figueiredo, who eventually brings him down.
He thinks he's got stamped on there as well. He wants a booking for Figueiredo.
It was an ugly tangle between the two of them, to be honest, as Abraham almost got away from him, and then Figueiredo, I think, got a legal piece of him at first to stop him, and then Abraham got away again, and then he did bring him down, and it ends in a handshake, and it ends in no yellow card, but it ends in a free kick for Aston Villa, which is only 3 or 4 yards diagonally infield from the corner flag on the far side. A little bit of finger pointing from Forest to each other as to make sure who's got who from this, what effectively is a corner for Villa, but a little bit better than that. And Conor Hourihane comes forward to take it. It's from their right wing. Hourihane to take it left-footed. 5 Villa players around the 6-yard box. It's driven in low, and Matty Cash is able to clear. McGinn stands on the ball and then very cleverly gets away from Lolly and fires a shot in, which Pantilimon saves, and then Deriqua is fouled by Yannick Balassi.
And that's brilliant. I mean, that's what McGinn can do. Yeah. Great feet, and a poor first touch, a little like a Maradona Cruyff turn, twizzle, and smash the ball with his left foot to Pantilimon on target. And that's another half chance for Villa, but at both ends of the pitch, the back fours just can't cope with the front 3 or 4 for both teams.
I mean, the thing is, that was a terrific effort from John McGinn, but his control had almost let him down, and Joe Lolly was closing him down. Lolly was probably about an inch away from nicking that ball away from McGinn, and if he'd done so, as Chester here has to head the ball back to his goalkeeper with Graben lurking, if Lolly had nicked that ball away from him, if he was an inch closer,
he was away.
Lolly's probably scoring to make it 4-3.
Exactly.
At the other end, it's that sort of game. As it is, 3-3, 6 minutes to go until half-time. What a bonkers evening it's been at Villa Park so far. Great entertainment. There's such high quality forward play on show from both sides. There's Robinson here turns it back to Figueiredo for Forest. He's inside his own D and he's under pressure from Abraham, who blocks it, and now Bolasie has it 25 yards out, running towards the penalty area again. Dawson gets back to block him. He's rolled it off now to Grealish. Now it's allowed to run for Taylor, who didn't buy the dummy himself, so has to check out and go and win the ball back for Villa, and gives it to Bolasie once more. He's edge of the penalty area and he's putting in a low ball near post, and Dawson has to be alert and is to nick it away from John McGinn. Cleared for a Villa throw, 10 yards from the corner flag, left hand side. Taylor to take, 3-3 the score. Villa's number 3 with the ball in his hand. Grealish makes the run down the line. Here is Jack Grealish giving it back to Taylor, and Grealish again. Tracked by Deriqua. Deriqua trying to show him the door. He's actually found Hourihan in the middle of the Forest half. Turns it right hand side for Hutton. Hutton's little ball infield, looking again for McGinn, who turns away from Colback, but Villa lose it. Cleared by Figueiredo. Carvalho's first time ball left hand side. Graben goes chasing after it. Graben wins it, gets there ahead of Twanzebe, holds on to it, turns it back into his own half. Figueiredo under pressure. Villa are now pressing Forest. Dawson thumps it clear, and Twanzebe heads it away to his right, and Kodja can't keep it in play. Heads it but out for a Forest throw. Kodja's now on the right hand side, Bolasie right on the left.
Yep.
A switch of play, a switch of flanks for the pair of them. And here's Cash, Forest's third goal scorer, 3-3 at Villa Park. And the goals have been top draw. From a Forest perspective, they've all been picture book goals, really. Here's Deriqua, infield to Jakob. Jakob with a first-time ball forward to Carvalho, controls neatly. He's under pressure from 2, but he's hanging on to the ball, and now Bolasie helps out for a third, and eventually James Chester gets the ball off him at the expense of a throw. Well played, João Carvalho. Stoker in front over Derby elsewhere in the Championship tonight. Gary Rowett's current side beating his former side by a 1-0. Here's Carvalho again for Colback inside the centre circle, forward towards Cash, who couldn't quite control it. And now Villa will look to zip forward. McGinn across halfway into Abraham's feet. He loses control of it, and Lolly is fouled by McGinn, but he takes the free kick quickly, and then Carvalho over the top for Graben. Graben trying to get goal side of Twanzebe, just about does enough. Twanzebe again. There wasn't much in that, but if Carvalho's ball has probably 2 inches more pace on it, then Graben is away from Twanzebe. As it was, the ball just curled more into Twanzebe's path than Graben's, and that helped the Villa defender no end. Forest have it back again with Robinson, 10 yards inside the Villa half, marauding forward again. Gives it to Cash. Cash rolls it back infield now for Claudio Jakob. Jakob's laid it off short for Graben. I beg his pardon, for Colback, who gets it back from Carvalho and gives it back to the Portuguese. And now Colback again rolls it into his own half for Figueiredo. Here's Dawson to the right hand side now for Deriqua. Ball infield to Jakob, gives it back to Dawson. Dawson now finds Lolly. Lovely touch again from Lolly to get the ball under control, but Chester stands big and wins it. Lolly thought he was fouled, not sure he was. Bolasie over the top, and that's pretty aimless for once from Villa, and goes through to Pantilimon. Minute and a half of normal time to go. If there's any stoppage time to be added, it'll be for all the goal celebrations in this first half. As Figueiredo has it deep inside his own half, slowing things to walking pace for about the first time in the match. The ball to Colback as Forest try and work it out down the left hand side. Robinson back for Colback, and Colback now for Figueiredo once more. Halfway inside his own half, to the left for Robinson. Robinson down the line for Cash, gets it back from Robinson. Nice touch then from Robinson for Colback. And now Carvalho is turning and twisting away from 2 and finds a lovely ball for Cash, who plays it inside left channel for Graben. Graben tight angle, so holds it up under pressure from Chester. Lays it off now left hand side of the penalty area for Carvalho. Carvalho trying to get it on his right foot, but his attempted shot or cross, whichever it was, is blocked by Hutton. Forest win it back again, have it back on halfway. and Dawson finding Figueiredo. Score remains 3-3. And that is about 45 minutes up. Fourth official making his way out to the edge of the pitch as Forest play the ball back to Pantilimon. There'll be 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. I don't think we've seen a physio on. So this is all this stoppage time for all the goal celebrations pretty much. 30 seconds for each. Here's Balassi, left wing, cutting in field, attacking against Duriqua. Duriqua wins that challenge, and in fact I think he's won the goal kick as well. He has. And Forest will perhaps slow things down a little bit now, Steve Hodge, as we approach half-time.
I hope so.
Well, you never know.
I was just thinking, actually, well, the last game I went to where it was 3-3 at half-time. A long time
You don't get
ago.
many of them.
No, you don't. You get the odd like 2-2 or whatever, but very rarely you get a 3-3.
Dawson on the edge of his penalty area. Back for Pantilimon, whose clearance has picked out Conor Hourihan inside the centre circle. He chests it down. And now here's Twanzebe to the right-hand side for Alan Hutt. First minute of 3 of stoppage time have been played as Hutton down the line towards Kodja. Back for Hutton again. He's 30 yards out, rolls it infield to Grealish. Grealish for McGinn, who's inside right channel. He's just outside the penalty area. He's found a cross for Abraham, who heads it straight at Pantilimon. It's a really good cross from John McGinn again. And Abraham, 6 yards out, middle of the goal, headed it.
Should score.
He should score. A yard either side of Pantilimon, that's a goal. As it is, it's straight at the Forest goalkeeper, and it's still 3-3.
Should score. It's a great cross from McGinn on his right foot from the byline, just stood up nicely. And Abraham could see that Dawson was backpedaling, he was never going to get there, so he could actually get his jump right. He knew where the goal was. He had a second or two to weigh that whole thing up, and he headed it firmly, but got direction from Forest's point of view perfectly, straight down Pantelimon's throat. Well, what a chance in the last minute of this mad first half.
And that would have put Villa in front for the first time. And they'd have had to score 4 goals to do it. Of course, they scored 4 here at the weekend against Birmingham, winning 4-2. Here it's 3-3 as we approach half-time. We're into the last 30 seconds. And Grealish has the ball again. Villa seeing a lot of the ball as this half draws to a close. Grealish down the right-hand side for Hutton, who's on the overlap and crosses. And it's blocked by Cash. And they're appealing for handball against Cash. It might well have hit his arm, but I don't think Cash knew much about it. And it will just be a corner.
Yeah, it's not a pen, but he actually got done on the inside by Alan Hutton. Hutton got there first, and on his recovery run, the ball's put in the air and it's just travelling back, and he just hit his arm or his shoulder. Switch on, taken quickly.
Yep, taken quickly, rolled back to the edge of the penalty area for Grealish. Grealish is up against Carvalho. He's found a shooting lane and it's blocked by Lewis Graben. McGinn brings it down and turns it left-hand side for Abraham again. Gives it back to McGinn, inside left channel, hits the byline, squares it back low, and Carvalho's in the way, beg his pardon, it's Jakob who's in the way, and stabs it away, and that's the end of the first half. Breathless stuff, an extraordinary first half, and it finishes all square after 45 minutes, but it finishes all square at 3-3. Absolutely wide open game. John Terry and Aitor Karanka come off the field
shaking their heads
and smiling almost in disbelief at what they've just seen. There's a little pat on the back now for John Terry from Aitor Karanka, as they've both seen their sides concede 3 goals in the first half. I mean, it could be any number if it carries on in the same vein as it did in the first half. But will either of the managers try and shut the door in this second half? We shall see. Both sets of players are back out there. There are no changes to either team at half-time, and the referee, Simon Hooper from Wiltshire, blows his whistle, and Forest get us underway in their white shirts, red shorts and white socks. Today they're change strip, with the away fans on the far side of the field in good voice to start the second half. And as it's rolled forward down the right-hand side, a heavy touch from Carvalho takes the ball out of play. Villa take the throw quickly, and here's Twanzebe down the right-hand side for Alan Hutton, who tries to play an early ball for Balassi. Balassi nips in front of Robinson. Robinson then gets a foot in, but Villa will have a corner inside the opening minute of the second half.
He's a bit weak there, Robinson. Balassi just shoved him out the way and then went for the ball down the side and forced Robinson to just toe poke it away for a corner down below as Hurahan with his left foot.
Hurahan to take from Villa's right-hand side as they attack the Holt end in this second half. It's high, very high, towards Tammy Abraham back post. He and Figueiredo are battling, and in the end the ball goes out of play, and Villa get the throw. Not sure when Figueiredo got a touch to that, but once it goes for a Villa throw on the far side. 10 yards or so from the corner flag. Taylor to take into Abraham, and then skips past his man as it comes back to him, crosses back post. Balassi heads back across the face of goal, then Colback volleys back across the face of his own goal, and it's cleared at the back post eventually by Robinson. Villa pick it up with Hurahan. Forest trying to nick the ball away again and go on a quick break, but unable to do so as Grealish has it once more. Grealish away from Colback. Grealish towards the edge of the penalty area, forced wide left, holds it up and turns it back again for Neil Taylor. Taylor with a low ball this time towards the edge of the box. It hits Colback, they're appealing for handball, and it's kept in play by Duriqua, stopped from going for a corner. Villa have got it again. Here's Tammy Abraham once more. He shoots, it deflects, it loops up and wide of the target. And it's another corner to Aston Villa. Forest have started the second half hesitantly.
Like the first, and Villa started the first off exactly the same on the front foot. Kind of forces the issue, and they force the corner, the second one.
Hurahan to take. Again from the right-hand side, so a left-footed in-swinger. The last one went high towards the back post. This one has gone low into the near post, and it's come somehow by a couple of ricochets back out to Hurahan to send a low ball into the middle of the 6-yard box and turned away by Dawson, and out for another Aston Villa corner. It's a really good ball in, the second one from Hurahan.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, but nobody went out to close the ball down.
No.
Just the ball rolled out to him. He had time to just pick his spot and deliver it low, flat into a really dangerous area. The keeper couldn't get anywhere near it.
Another corner. Hurahan takes out to the corner of the box this time, played short to Grealish. Grealish onto his left foot, drives, blocked by Dawson once more. And Figueiredo gets a touch to it and turns it away out on the far side for another Villa throw. Forest are under the cosh in the early stages of this second half. It's 3 minutes old. It remains 3-3. And Villa have it again with Neil Taylor down the left-hand side of the field. Now here's the cross towards the back post. Two players go down, McGinn and Robinson in a bit of a heap. And Robinson's arguing with the referee, saying that McGinn fouled him. Won't matter anyway, it's gone out for a goal kick. And it'll be Costel Pantilimon to take it. First chance I've had in this second half to remind you of the teams. Forest with Pantilimon in goal, Duriqua, Dawson, Figueiredo and Robinson the back four, Jacob and Colback in front of them, Cash, Carvalho and Lolly the line of three behind Lewis Graben. Cash on the left and Lolly on the right behind Graben. Gediura, Osborne, Yanko, Diaz and Sarifard, Hefele and Steele the substitutes for Forest. Give you the Villa side when next the ball goes out of play. Here's Tammy Abraham trying to thread one through for Kodjia, cut out by Robinson, who gets the ball back and has to sidestep away from Kodjia again. Gives it back to Dawson, who's closed down by two on the edge of his box, and finds a good ball to Colback, and Colback now gives it right hand side for Duriqua. Now here's Lolly, first chance to get the ball under control and have a run in this second half, and he's brought down straight away on halfway by Neil Taylor. Free kick for Forest.
Yeah, it's good play from Dawson there, edge of his own box, didn't panic, and Colback, he played a square ball to Duriqua. Forest got out, and then they found the ball to Lolly, and he was fouled definitely in the centre circle. Just a period now of, like they are doing, keep the ball for at least a minute if they can do, and just quell this little bit of a fast period. Gone for a diagonal there, Dawson.
Diagonal to pick out Cash. It's a really good ball as well. Cash gets it under control towards the corner of the penalty area, left side. Now gives it to Carvalho. Nicked away from him by Hurahan, but Forest keep it alive with Robinson. He gets it back from Jacob, rolls it into the middle of the Villa half now for Colback. Colback turns away from Grealish, gives it to Lolly. Lolly is 30 yards out, thinking about a shot. Oh, it's in! Oh, what a hit from Joe Lolly! He made three in the first half, and now he's thumped one in from 30 yards. The Aston Villa fan, the man who grew up at this ground, watching this team, has fired Forest back in front. It's 4-3, 5 minutes into the second half, and it is a thunderbolt from Joe Lolly.
Certainly was. It's probably about level where I am looking across the pitch, about 30 yards from goal. And I mentioned that square piece of turf again was vacated by every Aston Villa player. And Lolly had a little look, and he pushed the ball twice, a little touch ahead of him, a yard both times, and thought, you could just see he was thinking, if I get any further here, I'm going to smash it. And that's exactly what he did, right through a load of bodies. You're thinking, is there a deflection there? Has he hit someone's shoulder? The keeper never moved. He went in the middle of the goal, actually. I'm not sure it was a deflection or unsighted, but they asked for trouble there, Villa, and they certainly played. Lolly hit the target, left foot, sweet strike. Oh dear. Am I surprised? Not really.
No, not really. That's just incredible stuff. What a night he's had, Joe Lolly. Thought he might be a bit fired up for this one, but made three and then hit one in from 30 yards. Goodness me. 4-3 to Forest. They're back in front again. They've scored early in the second half, just as they scored early twice in the first half. And here's Codger for Aston Villa down the right-hand side towards the corner of the penalty area. He goes and crosses, and it's blocked by Robinson, and it'll be another Aston Villa corner, which I reckon is their fourth of the second half. And we're only 7 minutes.
And they conceded
again.
They
conceded. Yeah. Extraordinary. Panthers leading by 2-1 against Milton Keynes at the National Ice Centre in the ice hockey tonight. Here is the corner from Hourihan, back post, headed down by Chester, and it's hit into the back of a Forest player and gone out for another corner. It was Robinson, I think, hit the back of. Cross goes Grealish this time to take it from the left-hand side. Villa 3, Forest 4. 8th minute of the second half. Corner this time from Villa's left. Grealish swings it into the penalty to the 6-yard box, and it's plucked out of the air by Pantilimon, and now Forest are looking to break again. There's no thought of Pantilimon holding on to that for any length of time. Cash trying to get on the end of the ball forward now from Carvalho. He's putting Twanzebe under pressure, is Matty Cash. Twanzebe though turns nicely away from Cash and gives it infield to Chester.
I mean, he did well there, Twanzebe, but you can just tell he thinks he's a real player and he gives you a chance. You keep going against him.
Yeah. Here's Hourihan pinging a diagonal forward down the right-hand side. He's looking for Balassi. It's headed away by Robinson. Should tell you that the second goal scorer for the Panthers was Alex Guptill. The first in the first period came from Luke Pither. MK got back level, and Guptill has just put Panthers 2-1 ahead. Here's Balassi having a run down the right side. He's crossing, having bundled out the way Jack Robinson, who thought he was fouled.
He was fouled.
The referee didn't give anything. The cross was blocked, and it's out for yet another Villa corner.
Yeah, he was totally fouled. Balassi was big and strong, but he pushed him out the way to try and get to the ball first. Should have been a free kick. Linesman was 3-4 yards away.
Hourihan to take again from the right-hand side. Left foot drilled corner this time towards McGinn, who volleys it first time. It's blocked by Dawson and spins off for Carvalho, and Carvalho's off on a run here. He's got to try and take them all on. Now he's got help from Lolly. He holds on to it and turns it right-hand side for Duriqua, who's well forward in the attack as well. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Duriqua crosses, back post. Lolly tries to stretch, couldn't reach it, and it goes out for a throw to Aston Villa on this near side there, right, just a few yards from their corner flag.
It's their corner again, and we break.
It's just incredible.
Absolutely no thought of defence whatsoever. If Forest can stay strong now, they'll win this 6-3.
He doesn't get much wrong, Hodgie. Villa have it with Abraham. Halfway inside the Forest half, finds McGinn. He gives it away. It's a poor ball this time. It's straight to Robinson, who's put under pressure again by McGinn, but he's found Cash. Space for Cash to run into again. He's played it over the top for Graben. Graben is, he's offside. Flag was really late again.
If you go back, Alan Hutton having a go at the midfield there. When Cash got the ball in his own half from Robinson, he turned and there was not a fair pusher anywhere near him.
No, so much space to run into and then pick his pass. Here's another cross diagonally into the Forest box. Abraham heads, and it loops up into the arms this time of the Forest keeper, Costel Pantilimon.
In a normal game, that would be a real big moment, that cross there. It was a great cross and a decent header, but there's been so many incidents in his first 55 minutes.
Yep. Villa 3, Forest 4. And here come Forest again, mistaken. Carvalho is onto it on the edge of the D. Eventually he's just about challenged in time by James Chester. Again, Tuanzebe was just a little bit casual, and Carvalho nipped past him. Here is Tuanzebe again, finding Hourihan, who's dropped deep into the middle of his own half. He gives it to Alan Hutton down the right-hand side. 4-3 to Forest at Villa Park. What a night it's been so far, and what a night it's been for Joe Lolly. The Villa fan who's created 3 and scored the other, just popping it in from 30 yards, that's all. Here is Taylor for Villa on halfway to find Jack Grealish. Grealish rolls it across halfway for Hourihan to run onto, and he gives it to Alan Hutton, 10 yards inside the Forest half. Wide right, cutting infield Hutton. Lays it off now for Grealish. Grealish is 30 yards out, and his way to goal is blocked by Jakob, and his ball to Balassi down the right-hand side is overhit, and that goes out for a throw to Forest. Now, this game not the only mad one, it seems, in the Championship tonight. Ipswich 2, Bristol City 2, which I know seems very tame. That's after 59 minutes. 4 minutes ago, Ipswich led 1-0. So they've had 3 goals in 4 minutes at Portman Road. Ipswich at the City Ground on Saturday. Match day with you from 1:30 with full commentary on Forest against Ipswich Town. And if it's anything as entertaining as this one, then you're in for a treat at the City Ground on Saturday. Panthers now 3-1 up over the Milton Keynes Lightning at the National Ice Centre. Rob Lakovitz has got the 3rd goal for the Panthers. Villa have the ball here at Villa Park. They are halfway inside the Forest half. This is Grealish wriggling one way and then the other. Taylor's made the run away to the left-hand side. Good tackle by Duriqua. Dived in, sliding tackle, won it well, got up with the ball, fed it to Lolly. Lolly's off on another charge. He's into the Villa half. Duriqua breaking his neck to get up outside him. Lolly goes inside. Now Grabban feeds it to Duriqua down the right-hand side, level with the edge of the box. Plays it backwards for Lolly, and Forest happy just to keep possession for a moment. Lolly now for Colback, now for Jakob, who almost lets it run to McGinn, but not quite. And now here's Dawson. He switches play. That's right over the head of Balassi, and Robinson can't keep it in play. He was offside anyway. And it'll be a free kick for Aston Villa, about 25 yards from their own byline, and on this near side to us, Villa's right in this second half. If you're just joining us tonight on BBC Radio Nottingham's Match Night, Lewis Grabban scored for Forest after 3 minutes. João Carvalho made it 2-0 after 6 minutes. Tammy Abraham got one back for Villa after 10. Then he equalised after 14, 2-2. Then on 21 minutes, Matty Cash made it 3-2 to Forest. Then Tammy Abraham's penalty 10 minutes before half-time made it 3-3. And Joe Lolly's screamer in the second half, 5 minutes into the second half, has Forest 4-3 ahead. Here's Hutton with a long ball down the right-hand side. Abraham gets away from Figueiredo. Abraham right wing, crosses low, blocked by Dawson. Comes straight back to Tammy Abraham, Villa's hat-trick man tonight. Abraham on the byline, almost standing still. Gets help now from Yannick Balassi. Balassi jinks into the penalty area, hits a low shot, deflects, and it's well dealt with down low by his near post by Costel Pantilimon, who got down smartly to his left. It remains 4-3 to Forest.
Another shot on target. On that occasion, Tammy Abraham down the right-hand side. He actually got to the byline, looked up, nobody was in the box because he normally is in there on his own. Ball back to Balassi, left-footed shot from about 15 yards out. Bad angle, didn't quite catch it, and Pantilimon low to his left. Got down and nicely got the ball in his control, but he's pinged that ball badly out of play, and Villa have a throw in the right wing area.
It'll be a throw to Villa, halfway inside the Forest half, right-hand side. Hutton tries to play it off Cash, and has done so, and wins another throw, but Cash has got the ball a little bit further away and up nearer halfway. Hutton to take another throw. And Villa fans are not happy with the amount of time he's taking now. Their side 4-3 down. McGinn Tries to thread one through for Abraham. Cut out by Colback, but it's out of play for another Villa throw. An hour played here at Villa Park. 2 periods have been played at the Ice Centre, where Panthers lead by 3-1. It's Hutton to take another throw in towards Grealish's feet. 20 yards out, but being forced away from goal. Gives it back to Alan Hutton. Now here's Balassi once more. Balassi trying to thread one in behind the fullback area. Colback was covering though, tracking the run of Grealish, and he turns and gets the ball away up towards halfway. It's won by Twanzebe, and then Jakob is, he's hurt himself actually. Made a challenge on McGinn, which freed up the ball for Carvalho, and Forest looked like they might break again. Referee said it was a foul by Jakob on McGinn. I'm not sure about that in the first place, but Jakob then has gone down and now gets back up again. Looks okay. Just a little bit frustrated with the decision that was given in the first place. Bristol City now in front at Portman Road. Ipswich 2, Bristol City 3. 4 goals in 9 minutes in that one, but only 5 in the game. We've had 7, and Forest have got 4 of them. And here's Hutton chipping one forward towards McGinn. He heads it to Balassi, and Balassi is offside down the right wing, and Forest will have a free kick. Time to start killing the game a bit?
No. They won't be allowed to by Villa. They'll press the ball and make Forest just play it quickly, and Forest just have to keep on doing what they're doing. On the break, just go and kill them whenever they get the chance, because I know the chances are going to come again. Because Villa just playing this way the whole 90 now. They can't change now after an hour.
Because they've got to continue chasing the game.
Yeah, exactly. They're behind now. They've got to keep going exactly the way they have. That's why I mentioned before, if Forest can keep it tight at the back, then you're looking for number 5 and 6. You really are. Because the front 4 have all scored tonight so far. They're all in good form.
Yep, Graben, Carvalho, Cash and Lolly all on target. Lolly's got 3 assists and a goal. As Colback pings another lovely diagonal ball out to the left-hand side for Cash. Robinson's gone on the overlapping run inside, and now he's almost found by Cash, but he's handled it as he tried to bring the ball under control. And it'll be a free kick for Aston Villa inside their own penalty area. Not from there. So the referee's allowed it to go, and it's sent forward early by McGinn over the top towards Abraham. Pantilimon comes outside his penalty area and knocks it away from Abraham and out into touch. It's another Villa throw down the right-hand side. BBC Radio Nottingham's match night from the West Midlands, from the second city. And Forest, who only won 1 of the last 12 visits here at Villa Park. There haven't been many games like this though when they've come here. Are leading 4-3. Here's Grealish running forward from halfway.
Oh, he got caught there.
Dear, that's a nasty one. That's a bad tackle from Jakob.
He's hurt himself as well.
Yeah, Jakob's hurt, and he was trying to run away from Grealish. From Colback was Grealish, and Jakob has come piling in and has caught Grealish, who I'm pleased to see is sitting up already, because I thought that could have been a very, very nasty tackle from Jakob. He stayed down and is injured himself, Jakob. The referee's got the yellow card out, and Grealish is okay. Definitely caught it.
Yeah, he plays a little touch. He just tempts you in, and eventually Jakob actually had a bigger touch, I thought, too big a touch, and the ball got away from him a little bit, and Jakob saw that, and he thought, I can get it, I can go and nick that one, and he kind of committed to the tackle. But there again, Grealish got his little toe in and kind of got caught in the follow-through. And sometimes, like you said, you're thinking, well, if he's caught Grealish there, he's got a yellow card. Jakob, if he caught Grealish there quite badly, that'll be nasty on his shin bone possibly. I think sometimes also when you do it yourself, you can catch yourself and on the follow through, and he's caught himself there. Jakob is off the pitch now on the halfway line, but he's okay.
Hourihan takes the free kick short down the right hand side, and then a really good tackle from Carvalho to win it off Hutton, and Carvalho is racing forward. Carvalho is already up across halfway. Hutton's trying to get back to him. Carvalho's still got it. Gives it now to Lolly down the right-hand side, and he gives it back to João Carvalho. Really good work by the Portuguese to win it in the first place on the edge of his own penalty area, and then carry the attack towards Villa. Now a crossfield ball has picked out Robinson. Cash turns and drives towards goal, and just wide of the target. Right on the edge of the penalty area, Matty Cash turned and hit one right-footed, and it just didn't quite have the curl to creep inside the far post, behind for a goal kick, and it remains 4-3 to Forest. And Jonathan Kodja is now being replaced by Villa. Anwar El Ghazi, the Dutchman on loan from French club Lille, is coming on.
No surprise. Natural winger El Ghazi. Saw him playing pre-season. Wasn't that impressed actually, but he was at Ajax, I think. Highly thought of, so we'll see what he can do in the wide areas where Kodja really wasn't up to it really. And to be fair to him, he doesn't normally play there, so he didn't really know what he was doing, but didn't look happy at all.
Long ball from Villa down the right-hand side towards the new substitute. El Ghazi turning one way and then the other, and firing over the cross towards the edge of the penalty area, which goes behind Yannick Bolasie. Chases after it to try and keep it in play, but he won't do so. It was a decent effort from Matty Cash a moment or two ago, Steve Hodge.
Yeah,
from the edge of the box.
It came from Villa's free kick.
Yeah.
Now right back position. They played it poorly. Hutton lost the ball and we broke away again. It was 3 against 2. And it was just a great carry of the ball from Carvalho. He found Lolly, a diagonal from Colback, little pass inside to Cash. He got turned, no one there facing him up, had to cut it to the far corner, not too far away. Another breakaway and a good effort.
Here's Tuanzebe for Villa through the centre circle, tries to thread one through. Cash dives to get an interception on it and manages to do so, and then Jakob plays it behind Lolly. Lolly had just started to make a run forward and wanted the ball played in front of him, but Jakob was already through the pass, I think.
Yeah, important period now though, very important period, because Villa just at the moment been lacking a little bit lately. They've not been much of a threat the last 10 minutes, so maybe I'm not saying they're tiring at all, but Forest at the moment looking to control things a bit better than they did in the first hour.
El Ghazi's touch, Robinson's tackle on McGinn.
Ouch.
And then Figueiredo's late. Figueiredo catches McGinn.
Is that his second?
No, he hasn't been booked.
It's a good job.
Yeah, he's going to be booked for this one, I think.
It's not a red. It's not a red.
Oh, it is a red. It's a red card.
That's from the fourth official.
For Figueiredo. From the assistant referee, I fancy, who the referee, Simon Hooper, went across for a word with. He was certainly late, was Figueiredo, but he's been sent off. Straight red card on McGinn.
Hang on.
And now Figueiredo and Alan Hutton are squaring up to each other, because Figueiredo hasn't left the pitch. And now this is getting a little bit ugly. Lots of players are running towards this near side of the field. Hutton's having to be physically restrained at the moment from getting to Figueiredo, who now leaves the field. And Forest are going to have to play with 10 men for the last quarter of the match. Michael Hefele is straight away being made ready, and that'll be one of the forward players that's going to have to be sacrificed. Referee hasn't quite finished yet. Simon Hooper, after the pushing and shoving after the fact. Jakob being pulled away by Colback. The boos are for Figueiredo as he walks off down the touchline in front of us. Meanwhile, Alan Hutton and Tendai Darikwa are almost yelling at each other across the referee, who's talking to both of them at the moment. There's a yellow card for Hutton, and there's bound to be one for Darikwa as well. There is, and I think that is the flashpoint just about sorted. But you were saying, as the referee was in conversation with the assistant, not a red.
Well, from where we were, I thought he got there a little bit late. I don't think his studs were that high. I think he got to toe poke the ball away and got there late. And yes, it was a free kick. Yellow for me at worst. Obviously, we're 50 yards away. I want to see it again in replay. But initially, I thought it wasn't a red card. But certainly, someone spoke in his ear. You could see him listen to his earpiece, and he got his card out straight away. He didn't hesitate.
The man who's being sacrificed is João Carvalho. So Hefele coming on, and Carvalho, who scored the second goal and has been a real thorn in Villa's side throughout the course of the evening, is the man out of the front four, if you like, who has to make way.
He's been superb tonight, he really has. He's got his goal, but his technical ability, this is the kind of stage he would like tonight. Lovely pitch against good players that let you play in space, and he's used it to the full effect tonight. He really has, and been excellent.
So 7 goals on the night when there have been 22 players on the pitch. Now Forest have 1 fewer than Villa. And Jack Grealish to take the free kick. From 3 or 4 yards inside the touchline, despite the fact the foul was on the touchline. It's delivered near post and it's headed in, and it's Tammy Abraham again. It's a 4th goal for Abraham. It's good quality again from the free kick. And the header from Abraham, who Forest have not been able to cope with all night long, means that Aston Villa straight away get level and now have 20 minutes to play against 10 men and try and get in front for the first time on the night. It's Villa 4, Forest 4 with 70 minutes played.
Great delivery from Grealish. Now you're looking to them for, can we get the first header? Somebody get there first. Heffeler's in there, Dawson. But Abraham gets there again. Big 6'3", desire to get there first and thump the ball past Pantilimon. He could get nowhere near it. And it's game on again in this fantastic match.
And you'd have to say that Villa would now be favourites to go and get all 3 points as Abraham fouls Colback halfway inside Forest's own half. Forest down to 10 men and the scores are level again at 4-4. Forest 2-0 ahead, then 3-2 ahead, then 4-3 ahead, and now it's 4-all. What have Forest got left with 10 men? Because even now, you know, you can't quite see Forest just sitting back and protecting the 4-4, even though they're a man short.
No, they'll play the same way. Obviously the wide players, they've got to just work a little bit harder, just be a little bit more cautious now. There's a little bit more space for them to play in, but it's the same game really.
Here's El Ghazi down the right-hand side. He crosses. Heffeler stretches to get it clear, but only as far as Grealish. Grealish in towards McGinn, who tries to turn. Heffeler blocks again, and then Heffeler leads the charge out from the edge of his own penalty area. He's looking around for help. Didn't have much. Tried to lay it into Lolly's path, but overhits it. And Chester sends it back to his goalkeeper. Nyland gives it to Hurahan. And now here's Twanzebe for Aston Villa. 4-4 on match night from BBC Radio Nottingham. What a night at Villa Park. Forest down to 10 men. 8 goals and a sending off so far. And still, best part of 20 minutes left. Here's Taylor. Left-hand side of the field for Aston Villa, running forward through the Forest half diagonally. And it breaks for Taylor again, back inside the penalty area after he was snuffed out the first time. And his low cross is blocked by Dawson, and Villa have another corner. Yeah. Left side taken quickly by Balassi to Grealish. Grealish lays it off for Hurahan, who hits one from the edge of the box. It's always rising, it's over the bar, and it's a goal kick. And it remains 4-4, and Forest have 16.5 minutes plus stoppage time to see this one out. Aston Villa fans from the Holt end has chucked the ball about 20 yards away from Pantilimon, who was waiting to get it back for a goal kick. Pantilimon's gone, all right then.
Yeah. We'll see now if we can manage the last 16 minutes of the game. It's going to be difficult because Villa won't allow it.
No.
But in saying that, you wouldn't put Forest against Forest having no chance themselves with Lolly on the pitch still and Cash on the pitch.
Yeah, the form that Lolly and Graben and co have been in tonight in terms of their counter-attacking. It's only going to take one more of those breaks as Villa put the pressure on. And Forest very capable, even though they're down to 10, of winning this. But Villa equally capable of winning it on their own pitch, and now playing against 10 men and having conceded 4 but still with a chance of winning the game. Here's Taylor again, well forward down the left-hand side, crossing to the edge of the box for El Ghazi, who curls one into the top corner. And there is Villa's 5th goal, and for the first time in the night, Aston Villa are in front. And it's the substitute Anwar El Ghazi from inside the D, as the ball was rolled back to him from Taylor left-hand side, who curls it towards the top corner. And it's Aston Villa 5, Forest 4.
Another great finish. Far side got overloaded on the far side there. Lolly tried to get back, but Taylor got him behind. He didn't drive it to the near post or to the back post. He pulled it diagonally back to the D area where El Ghazi is waiting. Took a touch with his left foot, steadied himself, and then a curling shot. High top left-hand corner. To be fair, he's made an impact since he's been on the pitch. And it was a brilliant finish, it really was. Top corner, no chance for Pantilimon again. And just the quality of the strike was fantastic.
15 minutes to go, and for the first time in the night, Forest, down to 10 men, have to come back from behind. So they're trying to do so down the right-hand side with Darikwa. Gets away from Hourihan and chips a ball towards Grabban. Grabban is goal side, and he just couldn't quite get the ball under control.
There's your chance.
Terrific ball in from Darikwa from the right-hand side. Grabban pulled away from the two defenders. The ball dropped over their heads, and Grabban couldn't quite take the ball in his stride. Villa get it away now. Cash is brought down, and Forest will have a free kick 22 yards out and left-hand side of the penalty area. Gil Diaz is being brought on in place of Matty Cash, who I think quite fancied the free kick, actually, having just been brought down. He looks disappointed to be coming off the field. He's had a great game as Matty Cash. He scored one of the goals. First goal for a while for Cash, 5th of the season, and has been part of that lethal front four. And on goes Gil Diaz. Meanwhile, Forest have this free kick. 14 minutes to go.
A chance for Grabban there. Just showed you a long ball from the diagonal. Yeah. Straight in, he's straight in one-on-one with the keeper.
Lolly standing over the free kick. It's from the left-hand side. It's not ideal for a left footer if he's going to go for goal, but he has gone for goal, and this time he's overhit it. He's got too much height on it, and it's gone over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. Villa 5, Forest 4. 13 minutes remaining of an extraordinary night at Villa Park, and Forest down to 10 and are effectively 4-4-1 now. Diaz has gone left wing, Colback and Jakob in the middle of the park still, Lolly right wing, and then Colback brings his man down.
That's not a yellow card, really.
Colback,
some of the tackles you see, and he gets a little trip, and Taylor's made the most of it anyway.
Yeah,
it's nothing, and that's what Villa are doing now. Is what I thought they'd do half an hour ago.
Yeah, slow things down.
Whelan coming on.
Kill the game, and here's Whelan as well. Yeah, to replace McGinn, and that'll just give them a little bit more solidity in the middle of the park. Maybe that's what Dean Smith was waiting for all night, was to get in front for the first time and then bring Whelan on. Aitor Karanka stands with his hands in his pockets. His team have played their part in an extraordinary night, but he will obviously not be happy to have conceded 5 goals, to have scored 4 goals away from home and be, at the moment, on the losing side. It will not be his ideal night.
Villa can't defend, Colin.
No.
Seriously, they can't. There's still chances there for Forest.
Yeah.
They're going to have to look at the other end and gamble a little bit, but there's still hope. There really is in this game.
Hutton throws into the new substitute Whelan just inside his own half, then goes backwards for Tuanzebe. He sends the ball back to Nyland, who clears first time. Darikwa knocks it back over halfway. Chester, with a ball in field. There's a touch on it from Grabban, and Forest do end up winning it back. It could have been so much more dangerous, but here's Lolly on halfway. He's wriggling between challenges again. In the end, it's taken off in this time by Whelan, and Whelan has put it into the path of Balassi left-hand side. It's knocked away from him by Dawson, and then Tammy Abraham, the 4-goal man, just slows things down to walking pace as he gives it to Neil Taylor down the left-hand side. 11 minutes to go. Abraham standing on the ball, and he rolls it backwards now for Whelan, and infield to Hourihan. 4 goals for Tammy Abraham, 3 of them equalisers, for 2-2, for 3-3 and for 4-4. And then Anwar El Ghazi, the substitute, curled the goal that has Villa in front into Forest top corner. Grealish, left side of the field. Villa keeping possession of the ball as well as they have all night now. Remember, Forest down to 10, so Villa trying to stretch them from one side of the field to the other. Hutton halfway inside the Forest half, but checks out under pressure from Diaz. Heavy touch from Tuanzebe, almost frees it up for Grabban, and then Diaz as well. He's just about got away with it, Tuanzebe, and gives it to Hutton. He's overhit his pass down the right-hand side. Villa are going to make another change. Ahmed El Mohammedi's coming on, but that's what you mean when you talk about keep going against Tuanzebe. He'll give you something.
Ultra confident, ultra not complacent, it's a long way. He looks complacent, and now and again he's so good on the ball and so strong that he feels he can recover from any situation, takes a chance. But against good players like Graben, you can't do that.
Here is Graben from Diaz, nodding the ball infield on halfway. Forest go back into their own half for Robinson, and now here's Dawson. Robinson tucks it back for Heffler, on as a substitute. Michael Heffler after Tobias Figueiredo was sent off. That's a good ball to Diaz. Some space for Diaz to run into again. He's found Graben, albeit Graben's wide on the left at the moment. He rolls it back infield to Jakob, and Jakob now square for Duriqua, 10 yards inside the Villa half. Now here's Lolly, wide right, looking to cut in, away from Taylor again, and finds a ball into Graben inside the penalty area. Graben gets it under control.
Yeah!
Scores! Graben at the near post underneath the goalkeeper's body, and it's 5-5. Would you believe it? 10-man Forest have come back and they've equalised at Villa Park, and Graben's got his second goal of the night. Lovely little ball down the inside right channel, and Graben gets it under control, and just when it looks like he's running out of angle, he fires in his second goal of the night under the body of the goalkeeper. It's Aston Villa 5, Forest 5.
I told you a minute ago, I told you about Tuanzebe taking a risk, letting Graben get in the box, letting him get half turned, not being tight enough, letting him have a shot on goal. And Graben did everything he needed to do there, going away from goal, a little swivel, smashed it as low as he could. I thought it was a poor angle actually, I thought the keeper might have saved it, but it doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net. Am I surprised? No, not really. Not really with this Villa defence. And Graben's been on fire. And is there a winner? Is there a hero? 5-5.
Sorry, I can't commentate anymore. I'm laughing too much.
Mad game.
Oh dear. Forest with a throw as Lolly nicks it away from Whelan. Dean Smith's plan to shore things up by putting Whelan on. How's that gone? 5-4.
When your defender's that casual and lets people do that, you know, thankfully he did let Lewis Graben do that, and he certainly made him pay. And Graben gets 2 on his return to Villa Park. He's in real unbelievable form at Lewis Graben. And Forest deserve at least a point out of today's game. They really do deserve something out of the game.
Absolutely. 5-5 at Villa Park. It's match night from BBC Radio Nottingham. Have you ever heard anything like this? Here's Grealish, as the Forest fans try and lift their 10 men. 10-man Forest, remember, equalising for 5-5. Graben with his second of the night, his 13th of the season. Here's Hutton down the right-hand side for Villa. Rolls it infield to Hourihan. Hourihan gives it to Whelan. Halfway inside Forest half this. Down the right side, Hutton plays it now to El Mohammadi, who's come onto the field. Oh, Duriqua with a little push in the back, was it? El Ghazi arriving at the back post. Looked like there might have been a push, but the referee has said no, and he's allowed play to go on.
I think he just fell over. I think he was coming so fast into the box, he just tripped on his own lace or something, went down at the big Holt end. Obviously they go crazy looking for the penalty in this crazy night, but I think the referee was right there.
I think it's Balassi who's gone off, and just looking around the Villa side, that would have been while Forest were celebrating their 5th goal. Ahmed El Mohammadi on down the right hand side. I can tell you that Tom Ince, the former Derby man, has scored for Stoke to put Stoke 2-1 up against Derby. That's Gary Rowett's Stoke in front against Derby. Here it's 5-5. El Mohammadi trying to get away from Robinson, can't do so. Robinson with a really good challenge, and now Colback has it, and Colback's hanging on to it, gives it back to Robinson, who has to move it smartly and does so for Jakob, and Forest try and play their way out their corner and do ever so well. Diaz now forward to Jakob again. Jakob's got up to halfway, he's still got it, and then he's fouled from behind by... Oh, no, he's not.
What's that
for? Referee's given a free kick to Grealish. And then Diaz gets back and gets a challenge in on El Mohammadi, and Forest win the throw.
The referee's lost it at the moment. He's getting everything wrong.
he's probably still trying to write down who scored the 10th goal.
He's had a busy night tonight.
5-5 is the score, and there are 5 minutes to go on a night you just really don't want to end. What a night it's been. Graben heads the ball out of play. He's on a hat-trick now. Looking around Villa Park, there's 5 minutes to go. Normally at this sort of time the ground starts emptying, doesn't it? There are a few people on the far corner, I can just see, leaving now.
Well, it's time for 3 more, yeah?
There's nobody else leaving this place. It's Hutton down the right hand side. Level with the edge of the Forest penalty area. He scoops this one up in the air. It's allowed to bounce because there's nobody looking for it from a Villa side. Jakob with a heavy challenge again on Grealish. The ball breaks for Hourihan. Now there's Taylor down the left-hand side with a bit of space. He crosses. It's over the head of Dawson. Comes back post and Heffler manages to get the ball away. Comes out for Whelan. He's 30 yards out. Turns it right-hand side. Here's Hutton down the right-hand side for El Mohammadi to cross. And it's headed in!
No, it's free kick.
No, it's pushed. There's a
ball.
push.
Handball.
Was it handled into the net? Well, Forest don't get that sort of thing given for them. But I think the referee this time has seen it. It was El Ghazi. He's been booked as he punched the ball into the net. It remains 5-5 and there's 3.5 minutes remaining. 32,368 are in here. And as I said earlier, pretty much all of them are still in here watching this. What a night, Steve Hodge.
Can't speak too much, Colin. It might be another incident.
5-5 is the score. Time beginning to finally tick away here. As Jack Robinson has the ball. He's just inside the Villa half. Now he's going back just inside his own half. Near side to us, the left. Heffler tries to curl one down the left side, but had no room to do that. And so it's out of play for a throw to Aston Villa. Villa will still fancy their chances of winning it, of course, against 10 men. 3 minutes to go. 5-5 the score. Here's Neil Taylor well forward again, giving it to El Ghazi, who was just booked for punching one in. As his cross is headed away by Dawson. Forest are now deep. As Chester picks it up. That's laid down the left side again for El Ghazi to cross low near post this time, and Dawson gets to it first and thumps it behind. Goes high in the sky and behind for another Aston Villa corner. Grealish goes across to take from their left-hand side.
Everybody up for Villa, everybody back. They're all packed in that 6-yard area or around it. Taken short to the edge of the penalty area, and now here's Grealish again, and it's Hourihan again who hits the shot. That's deflected up in the air and then headed away by Graben. Hourihan gets it back again, gives it to Whelan. Whelan down the right hand side for El Mohammadi. Forest are getting ready to bring Karim on as El Mohammadi gets beyond his man and puts a low ball into the near post. Robinson clears, and then Colback thumps it away down the field, and it's collected by the goalkeeper well outside his penalty area. 1.5 minutes to go of normal time. Forest fans urging their team on as Grealish runs at them again down the left hand side. Lolly gets back and gets the challenge in, and a free kick's been given against Colback for a foul on Grealish. Colback can't believe it. Free kick is only 2 or 3 yards outside the penalty area, down Villa's left flank, and it's about 7 or 8 yards up from the byline. 90th minute. 5-5 at Villa Park, and we sense still plenty of defending for Forest to do. Karim waits to come on for the Reds, but won't do so just yet. Free kick Villa, left wing position. Grealish drifts it out to the edge of the penalty area for Whelan to try and volley first time, and he miskicks it, and Derricka has smashed it down the field, and Nyland controls halfway inside his own half. The goalkeeper well outside his penalty area. Now Whelan again tries the diagonal away towards El Ghazi, who brings it down but can't get away from Derricka, who nicks it out for a throw on the far side of the field. El Ghazi across to take it quickly. 90-minute mark is 10 seconds or so away. Here's Conor Hourihan for Villa. He's 25 yards out. Now Grealish into the penalty area, helped on by Offside.
Abraham. Offside. Flag goes up against El Ghazi, and now Karim Ansarifard is going to be brought on by Forest, and he is going to replace Lewis Graben, who has scored another 2 goals, and we are going to have 5 more minutes of play here at Villa Park. 5 minutes of stoppage time still left, and The Aston Villa fans are on their feet as well for Lewis Grabban. All around Villa Park, they're applauding Grabban, who had a spell here, of course, last season on loan. And now a Forest player. He scored 2 against his former club, his 12th and 13th of the season. It's 5-5 and there's 5 minutes left.
And Grabban's been superb tonight. For the first minute, when the first kick-off, Greece played the ball back to his defenders and it was nicked off his feet by Grabban. He's been brilliant.
Forest try and build down the left-hand side. Robinson, though, was well forward. He's a bit out of position now as it's laid forward for Villa by to El Mohammadi. Now Hutton with a high ball into the Forest penalty area, and Derek was volleyed it, and it goes even higher and over his crossbar and away.
He's saying to the keeper there, come and get it, and the keeper couldn't come and got it. It was so high,
yeah.
He was spinning away. He thought, I'll stay at home and play safe. You deal with it.
Another Villa corner. Hurahan across to take it from the right-hand side. Can Forest hold out here? It's high towards the back post. El Ghazi has tried something, I'm not sure what. Was he trying an overhead kick? He's miskicked it, and then Whelan goes chasing after it, and he can't keep it in play, and Forest get themselves a throw on the far side near their own corner flag. And we've already had a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes of the 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5-5 at Villa Park. What a night. Forest 2-0 ahead. Villa back to 2-2. Forest 3-2 up. Villa back to 3-3. Forest 4-3 up. Villa back to 4-4. Villa in front 5-4. And Forest level again at 5-5. And when Forest were 4-3 up, they had Figueiredo sent off. Here's Grealish once more. He's 30 yards out, having another run at Forest. He turns it left-hand side for Taylor, who's got forward well since Forest went down to 10 men. Crosses again into the Forest box. It's headed back post for El Mohammadi, and it might go in. It has gone in. No, it's been disallowed again. Offside. Flag went up. El Mohammadi at the back post got something on it. It got a deflection. It looped up over Pantilimon. And then it might have been bundled in by Tammy Abraham for what he might have thought was a 5th goal, but maybe he was the man offside after the touch from El Mohammadi. It remains 5-5. Villa have scored twice since it's been 5-5, and both have been disallowed.
Well, I just saw the header from Dawson backpedaling. He flicked the ball over. I think it was Robinson, and the back post was El Mohammadi. And it wasn't a great shot. We just seemed to bundle it in the back of the net, and I couldn't see a problem. But obviously the referee seen something, and the linesman, thankfully. And it's still 5-5, but there's 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, another 2 minutes of this. Goodness me. What a night. What a night. Here's Grealish again. Forest really hanging on now. 5-5. Grealish outside him to his left for Taylor again. Can Forest stop the cross this time? Yes, they can. Between them, Lolly and Colback have blocked it. And here's Ansarifard giving it back to Lolly. Lolly's going backwards for Derek, who's under pressure from El Ghazi. Turns away from him. Then, I thought he was fouled. The referee's way play on. And El Ghazi hits a shot which is blocked and deflects away. And Diaz wins the ball and does well, and then gets on the end of it from Karim. And Diaz goes on a run, and it breaks again off the challenge from Ansarifard. Now for Diaz once more towards the edge of the penalty area. Diaz holds onto it, keeps his balance well under pressure for Twanzebe.
Corner flag.
Gives it now to Lolly. Lolly is trying to wriggle his way into the penalty area, can't do so, but then hauls back Hurahan, and it's a free kick to Aston Villa. Forest going for a winner. Forest were going for 6-5 with 10 men. It's been that sort of night.
A corner flag was beckoning there.
Here's Hutton charging forward for Aston Villa through the Forest half. Gives it outside him to his right for El Mohammadi. We're in the 5th minute of stoppage time. El Mohammadi turns it back for Whelan. Whelan gives it square for Grealish, who's 30 yards out. Grealish sidesteps a challenge, moves forward, gives it to El Mohammadi. Low ball back towards the edge of the box, and it's blocked as the shot comes in. Grealish has it back again, gives it to Hurahan. He turns it left-hand side for Taylor. Taylor back in field for Hurahan. First time cross, headed away by Hefele, and comes out far side. El Mohammadi tries to keep it in play. In fact, lets it run for a throw.
That's it.
And it's all over. The final whistle goes, and it's all over at Villa Park. What a night, what an extraordinary night of Championship football. We thought it might be wide open, we thought there might be goals, we never thought there'd be 10. It's finished 5-5, Aston Villa 5, Forest 5 at Villa Park, and players from both sides have just fallen to the ground and are just collapsed in a heap around the pitch. Jack Grealish has gone down, Claudio Jakob's gone down. There's nice applause actually from some on the Holt end for Joe Lolly, who applauds them back as well. What a night he's had, the Aston Villa fan, creating 3 of the goals and then scoring Forest 4th, which he bashed into the top corner from 30 yards. What a night it's been. 5-5 it finishes.